Hi, my name's Morgan. I'm a professional dog trainer, and in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to teach your dog to stop pulling on the leash using the e-collar. Now, before we get started, Crash has already learned how to heel with a leash and with treats. You see, I like to teach the basic obedience commands first with treat training and leash pressure before I introduce the e-collar. So if this is the first video you're seeing, don't start here. No, I need you to go back and watch the full series on how to properly e-collar condition your dog to the Dogtra Cue Gen2. But now that Crash has gone through all of those steps, he's learned how to heel, now I'm going to condition him so I don't have to use leash pressure and instead I can use e-collar pressure. Let's get into it. You can see I'm here at the park, but I do not want you to do this at the park. No, actually, I want you to practice this at home in a very familiar environment. The reason I'm training Crash here at the park is because he's really good at heeling at home already. And so in this environment, he's a little bit more distracted, which gives me more opportunity to utilize the e-collar and take him through the proper conditioning process. But for your dog, I want you to do this in a more familiar environment where they aren't already heeling next to you. So practice this in your driveway, in your living room, in your backyard, somewhere that's not too distracting. So do as I say, not as I do. Okie dokie. Crash's starting level is between an 8 to a 10, but because I am in a more distracting environment, I am going to up my e-collar level. We'll start him on like a 12. And all I'm gonna do is walk around, and every time he leaves my side, I'm gonna say the command heel, hold down the continuous button, and then make a right turn. So the first game we're gonna play is right turns, and all I'm aiming to do is get him to follow my lead. It looks like this. He drifts a little bit, heel, use my leash pressure to get him back by my side, and then release it. The goal is that when he's right next to me in my bubble, the pressure turns off, and then you back it up with a snacky. Hello? Oh my God, look at Snacky, good man. And we're gonna keep doing these right turns. Heel, and then release it. Heel, and then release it. Now, if he's turning perfectly with me, he's doing the right thing. Heel, good. Heel. So I'm pairing e-collar pressure with leash pressure. Heel, to show him where I want him to be. My leash is very loose and relaxed. I'm also letting him make the mistake. Heel, good. I'm letting him go out in front of me, so he learns when he leaves my side, the pressure turns on. E-collar pressure, backed up with leash pressure to show him where I need to be. Back off the leash pressure, back off the e-collar pressure, and then pair it with the treat. Now that we've nailed down the right turns, you can see that he's following my lead. So there's very little opportunity for me to even turn the e-collar on because he's already focused and attentive to me. Now I'm gonna switch it up to left turns. Left turns are gonna teach him how to get out of my way. Looks like so. Heel, leash pressure backwards. And then when he's out of my way, I relax the leash and relax the e-collar pressure. Heel. Heel, 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 good, heel. Now I'm making these left turns and he's perfectly getting out of my way. What a good man. Now, if I start to bump into him, if he starts to tune me out and get in the way, you just go back to e-collar pressure, pull the leash backwards to cut off that forward momentum, turn directly into him, and then again, relax all the pressures, the leash pressure and the e-collar pressure. It's a very hot, humid day here in Texas. The dogs tend to break down on us a little quicker because they're not acclimated to this heat, and neither am I. And last but not least, our third game, we're gonna teach him how to stop and sit at our side. So I'm gonna say the command sit, hold down the e-collar pressure, and pull up on my leash. Keep in mind, Crash has already learned that leash pressure up means put his butt down. If this is the very first time your dog is going to be feeling leash pressure upwards, they're probably gonna be a little confused. So it's important to take them through the leash training process before you even start to incorporate the e-collar pressure. So I'll say the command, sit, e-collar, leash, release it as soon as his butt hits the ground. The idea with e-collar training is that the faster you perform the command, the faster the e-collar turns off, and the faster you get rewarded. And this is a situation where adding treats is really convenient. If you're doing right turns and left turns, it can be difficult to incorporate treats on top of that. So this is the one where you can really pile on the snacks to help him positively associate the e-collar. Sit. Good. Heel. sit. So on that one, I'm not using the leash pressure. The end goal here is to ditch the leash, and then you're just communicating with the e-collar. But in the beginning stages, as you're conditioning, you're gonna have to pair the two together in order for the dog to make the connection. Heel, sit, good boy. Sit, good. Sit. Every time I say sit, the e-collar pressure is turning on, and as soon as his butt hits the floor, I turn it off. Heel. If he breaks his sit, the e-collar turns immediately back on. You can also incorporate a sit, stay in this, sit. Now that he's getting the idea that e-collar means put his butt down, I'm not having to help him with the leash pressure, and I'm just turning this on every time he breaks that sit. Good boy. Sit. Good man. Free! So those are the 3 games. You're gonna do right turns to teach them how to follow your lead, left turns to teach them how to get out of your way, and then to stop and sit at your side. You're gonna wanna spend about a week where you're holding down continuous pressure until your dog is in the sweet spot right next to you. Once you've done right turns, left turns, and to stop and sit, then you can start to put them all together. Heel. Heel. Sit, heel, sit, heel, sit. But you didn't know I could do that. Now you've put them all together. But again, you want to spend a full week holding continuous pressure, helping with your leash, and back it up with the treats. Once your dog is starting to get a good grasp of how to turn off the e-collar pressure, now we can transition away from the continuous pressure and just start pairing it with no. The end goal here is that we're just giving quick little no corrections anytime our dog makes a mistake. So the thing we're transitioning to is being able to say heel, that's your freebie, and then anytime he breaks the command, I'm gonna say no, heel, to repeat it again to show him what he's supposed to be doing. It looks like this. All right, so here it is. This is the freebie. Heel, and we just start walking. He's following my lead. I give him a snacky for that. Good boy. He's really tiring out on us. You can see just how loose my leash is, but there, he's breaking ever so slightly. He's in front, no. Now I'm gonna use my leash to reset. Heel. So I just said no, tapped the button for the correction. No, heel. And then again, reset. When I reset, my left leg kicks backwards, and then I use my leash like reins. I'm gonna steer my horse back to my left side by using that leash pressure. My expectation is that his head is staying next to my leg at all times. If at any point he veers up in front, off to the side, if he sniffs the ground, any one of those situations, I'm going to say no, no, heel, and reset. Heel. That's my freebie. And then we just stroll. We just walk, but we also check in. Good boy. We can also play the speed game. The speed game is where I just change my speed. So I'm gonna walk really fast, and then really slow, and then fast, and then slow. Now you don't actually say those things, I'm just saying them for you. The point of that is because likely your dog will break when you go from no, heel, from fast to slow, but he's doing a really good job because he is a smart boy. Now you don't just want to stare at your dog the entire time, right? Like this is not a realistic way to walk. So you want to be relaxed, you want to look up nice and confident, but do little check-ins to see where they're at. The clearer we are with our expectations, the better the dogs are going to understand exactly what we want. If sometimes it's here or there or over there, it gets a little too wide, it gets a little too vague. I have very clear expectations that this is the sweet spot and it's always consistently right next to me. Heel. Oh yeah, he getting tired. He getting exhausted. And that's everything you need to know about how to teach your dog to heel using the e-collar. Ow. This is the last and final video I'll be filming with Crash because he goes to his new home tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's been such a treat to be able to work with him. He's such a good boy and I'm seriously gonna miss him so much. This was a hard guy to get rid of, but I know that sending him off to a good home means I get to continue to take dogs out of the shelter and train them. So make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel because this is not the last dog that I'll be training. A new dog is coming into my life very soon. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can follow along on the training journey of my new dog. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck and happy training. Good boy. Okay, bye.